In the last movie, we talked about the Quick Start box in the lower left-hand corner. If you told Pro Tools not to show you that Quick Start menu, then you won't see that page starting up. You would see the New Session menu. So let's take a look at that now. File, New Session, and I get this. So you still have the template and blank session options. What's missing is the Open Recent and just Open a Session options. Let's close this window. Those are in the File menu right under New Session. All right, it's time to import some audio now. If you're a keystroke kind of person, it's Shift-Command-I, Shift-Control-I on a PC. If you're a menu kind of person, it's in the File menu, Import Audio. You can view this page as icons, or as a list, or in the Explorer type format where you're looking at folders inside of folders inside of folders. I like the flat list myself. You're going to want to navigate to where you've stored the working files for this training title. And the file we want is called Grandfather Clock. So right now, this is empty, and this is empty. And when I click on a particular file, those fields load with information about this file. So it tells me it's a QuickTime file. That's because it's a .core audio file. It's not an AIF, and it's not a WAV. It's about a minute long. It's about 2 megabytes big. And it's 1644. Well, our session, I think, was 2444. So it will have to do some converting. Sometimes this choice doesn't say convert, it says copy. That's because the file can be entered right into the session in its current format. But in this case, Pro Tools is going to have to do a little work on it. So that's not a problem. We can audition the file down here. If we click, set the volume there. And we can scrub through the file here. Okay, so I'll hit the stop button. There's play, there's stop. Volume here, meters here, and scrubbing here so that you can find the part of the file that you want. It's ready to import. I'll say convert. I have to move it from this side over to that side. And I do that with the convert button. There it is. Aha, I did choose 48. I thought maybe I chose 48 at the beginning. So it does have to apply some sample rate conversion to this file. It knows that its source is that, its destination is that. I don't have a choice here. I made that choice when I created this session. I have several different types of conversion quality here. I think we talked about this when we talked about preferences. I'm always going to opt for the best quality, so I'm going to tweak it. I've auditioned the file. I've told Pro Tools what to do with it. I say done, and Pro Tools always asks where to put the audio files. This audio files folder is inside of a session that we created called Clock Edit. And that's where you want to keep the audio for this session. So we'll say open, and I will put it on a new track at the session start. I have other options which we'll explore later on, but I want it to happen at the beginning, not later on in the piece. Now that may seem a little cumbersome. Let me do Shift-Command-I. We had several little tasks to do as we imported this file. Pretty soon you'll get to the point where you'll simply choose the file. You may want to audition it briefly to make sure it's what you think it is. And then you'll hit Done and Open and New Track, just sort of like bing, bing, bing. It'll be a very quick process as you work with Pro Tools more. All right, let's be sure we have playback here. It sounds good. I hear sound coming out of Pro Tools. In the next movie, we'll examine this window.